Hey out there. So I'm coming to you live from the Brown House. Hey, I was anxious to come over at the end of the day and take a look at what the tile looked like in the bathroom, because yesterday, I gotta tell you, I wasn't loving it. However, I did say in that video, I'm not gonna prejudge it, and you shouldn't either until the grout's in. So let's take a look at it now with the grout done. What a difference. You have to agree. That grout just finishes it off. Came out beautiful. Dave, the tile setter, my hat's off, looks beautiful. Can't believe how fast you got it done. I guess while I'm mentioning names, I'm gonna do a shout out or else they're gonna yell at me tomorrow for George and Tom and Greg. I mention Tom and Rose just about every day, so those guys are over here working every day and I appreciate it. You know, let me tell you a little story about Tom. So, I don't know if you could tell, but I could tell. There's new drywall up over on this wall. So I came in this morning, and Tom says, "Hey, Harry, I'm going to put drywall up on that wall. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't." I was like, yes. I wanted drywall up there, but I also would have accepted him painting the panels that were up there. They didn't look horrible. However, like he said, and I thought, it's the first thing you see when you come into the house. So it's going to be nice and fresh, new walls right over the paneling. The walls are even stronger now. You don't have to take that old paneling down. You don't have to worry about getting rid of it. It was smart. Thin drywall, so it wasn't that heavy. I'm not sure if the Spackle is coming in tonight, but man, this place is moving along. I'm so happy. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about cabinets. Look at how clean this place is, by the way. It's not like I'm a clean freak or anything like that, but I got to tell you, at the end of the day, when I first started doing carpentry and construction and stuff, that was my primary job, cleaning up at the end of the day. I never realized how important it was. I just did it. However, when I come into the house at the end of the day, I'm not just saying it, but it's awesome. So listen, this is going to be the kitchen. I went and I ordered the cabinets today. So you see that right there is where the chimney is. We extended that wall. I mean, I'd have to ask Tom, but I think we extended that wall 3 or 4 feet. It's just going to make the kitchen that much nicer. I'm going to put the refrigerator up against the chimney. So far, I got 2 end panels to like encapsulate the refrigerator. I could bring the panels back just in case. They were a little pricey, but I think that would really make a difference. Now, the trick is going to be, what am I going to do about the fridge? A little 9-inch cabinet looked kind of hokey. So I told her to leave that up to me and I'll put a shelf or something in there. So we're going to have fridge. We're going to have cabinet with drawers. We're going to have a stove right here where that gas pipe is. We're going to have another cabinet here. We're going to have a Lazy Susan corner over here. We're going to have like, I think, an 18-inch cabinet here. We're going to have a 30-inch base right here. Guess what time it is? It's 4:50. So we'll have the sink base right there, 30-inch cabinet. We'll have the dishwasher right there. And then we'll have a nice little 9-inch cabinet over here to store, like, I don't know, cookie sheets and stuff like that. And then you got your wall cabinets. All your wall cabinets are going to go up here. This place is going to have so much storage, you're not going to know what to do with it. I deal with a cabinet place where the prices are reasonable and the quality is high. So just a suggestion, I'm definitely not an expert with cabinets, but I know the difference between like the big box store cabinets, and really you could tell the difference when you're installing them. I've installed, I don't know, a couple kitchens, and after installing the big box store cabinets with the MDF, that's that particle board, compared to the cabinets that I get now, which are solid maple. However, when I say solid maple, it's really plywood. However, it's plywood made out of maple, so in case you guys don't know what ply is, it's one ply on top of another, and it's glued and super strong. What's the difference between that and the MDF that the big box stores have? If the MDF, if it gets beyond the finish, it swells up, and you can never make it go back. It's really kind of cheap. When you're putting cabinets up, you could really see the difference, because when you're screwing through the MDF, it just doesn't feel right. Like, you don't get that bite. You get that solid maple cabinet up here, and you know you're putting up a much higher quality. It comes with soft closed doors. Everybody wants those soft closed doors and drawers. So let's talk price. the price of a big box store, Lowe's or Home Depot brand, they're pretty cheap. There's a lot of appealing aspects of going to a big box store and getting the cabinets. The price is probably number one. Second, it's convenient. You go there, as long as you have a truck, you pick them up. If you don't have all the cabinets in stock at one Home Depot, you might be able to go to another one. Anyway, so that's the real benefit. The benefit of getting a little bit higher priced, as far as a percentage wise, I'm going to say it's probably between 50 and 60% more than a big box store, the cabinets I get. So you get the solid wood, it's a maple. It gets delivered to the house in boxes. And if something you don't need or something's wrong with it, it's easy return policy. And overall, you just feel good at the end of the day because you're putting a higher quality product up there. Now, Tom has a cabinet guy that builds cabinets. They're pricier, but I do see the advantage of using a cabinet guy, someone that does it for a living. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're going to install the things that they make. It's just something about that. I think that at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. So we're not going that route because it was going to take longer for it to come in, and it was going to be a lot pricier. So I got to talk with Tom on as far as who's putting the cabinets up. I've put cabinets up, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. I had to come back in here because I got the green room behind me. So a couple tricks with cabinets, in case you're watching, you've never put up cabinets or you just feel like getting a suggestion or something like that, is I only found this out from putting them up with my friend Dennis. I put a couple kitchens together and I never realized there was something called trim screws. Because what you want is you want the cabinets to be tight, you want them to be flush, and you want them to be level. At the end of the day, I think when I've installed cabinets, they look as good as a pro. However, I don't do them as fast probably, because I'm not doing it every day for a living. So, that's my cabinet tip for today. So I've said this on other videos, like if I'm not making a video, I usually watch YouTube videos. I watch a whole bunch of different stuff. From either casino videos, throwing dice, or, you know, jackpot hits or something like that, from all kinds of other stuff. Inspirational, real estate videos, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they'll have something on there and I'll say, well, this is to my super fan, Mario from Arizona. So I want to reach out to Mr. Burke. I'm going to call Mr. Burke my super fan because Tom says that he asks to watch my videos. And I got to tell you, I am flattered. When I think of Mr. Burke, I think of my dad. And, you know, when I went to Atlantic City over the weekend, I was telling Tom that I used to call my dad every morning at like 7:30. Like, I would wake up in Atlantic City at like 7, like already starting to prep. Like, hey, what am I going to say to my dad? Because my dad was not a big gambler. And, you know, he worked for AT&T for almost 40 years. So his outlook on life and mine were a little bit different. I was saying to Tom this morning, I'm picturing my dad saying, all right, you got enough houses. Go ahead and get a real job now. Or if I called him from Atlantic City, he'd be like, all right, it's time to go home. If you won or you lost, get out of there. Don't gamble. I miss calling him. Anyway, I'll give you guys another tour because this thing might get spackled today or tomorrow.